What's up, everyone? GWTX7 here. Today I will be telling you a tale of World of Warcraft. Um, this story is basically pre-Dungeon Finder, and uh, so let's get into the story. So, me and a guildmate, we were max level, and we were trying to get gear for raids. Um, So there was a party that wanted to go to Drac Thunderon Keep. So so we went. I was in the guild chat, and my guildmate's like, "Hey man, you want to go with me?" I'm like, "Sure, yeah, all right." So we go. We had to literally go there because um well, you could have been summoned. I think I was summoned. Bear with me. My memory's a little vague about this, and I'm redoing this because the last video I messed up the story. Okay, so we go into the dungeon. And immediately we knew the party was bad. The party was really bad. Yes, it was. We survived the first two bosses. Barely survived. Tank couldn't handle aggro. The healer wasn't very good a healer. The only thing that was keeping the party alive was me and my guildmate, who was a shadow priest. He was a shadow priest, and I was I am still a warlock. We were the only two that were keeping the parties going, and finally, we got to the big dinosaur boss in that dungeon, and the first attempt of taking the dinosaur boss on, we were wiped. We were dead. So there was nobody. There was no resurrection button that you could collect like there is now. There's no. There was nothing. I think they used the soul stone that I placed on the healer before that. I think the healer died. The healer died a couple times in that dungeon, and so yeah, I put a soul stone. I'm a warlock. I know what to do. Yeah, you. But back then there was a cooldown of like 15 minutes on it, so you could only put one soul stone at a time on a person. Yes, this is back when I had to have a bag for soul shards. I had to literally collect soul shards. Yes, I did. So the boss wiped us out, and I was the last one into the dungeon to we all had to go back through the dungeon, and I was the last one through the dungeon because my computer was a little lagging. That's not why we got wiped. I'll guarantee you it wasn't why we got wiped. It was because those idiots didn't know what they're doing. But when comes, my computer kind of sucked, but it was still good enough to take on dungeons. So I'm the last one in the dungeon, and they're all ahead of me. And I was like, "Hey, wait for me. I'll be there. Wait for me." By the time I got back to where they were at, they were already fighting the dinosaur boss again, and my guildmate's like, "Dude, they're fighting the dinosaur boss without you." I came in there, I saved the group. I literally saved the group. I casted my corruption. I casted my curse of agony. I casted my immortate, and then I just spammed shadowbolt on that thing. And it went down. I mean, the party was about to get wiped again, and if it wasn't for me, everybody would have been wiped. And that's like the second to the last boss, that dinosaur boss. And you know, we collected our stuff, and then we went up to the big final boss, and it wasn't very good. It wasn't working out. We get the boss, but that party was considered one of my worst parties ever. Me and my guildmate, that we were the only two in there that were ready to go to that dungeon. I think we I don't think we were in normal. I think we were in what was it? We weren't in normal mode. We were in the next tier mode that you go into. Um, I don't think those people were ready for that. We were. We were in between the middle. We were between. We were ready. We were just ready. We're at the cups of doing raids. We just needed more better gear to go raiding. Um, but the others, I don't think they were ready for that. Especially the healer. The healer was not doing a very good job. Um, but we survived. We got the final boss. I guess you could call it a day at that. I think this is one of the reasons why Random Dungeon Finder was put into effect, because back then, when you wanted to go dungeoning, you had two choices. You stood in a major city, and you got into trade chat and say, hey, who wants to go? Let's say you're level 17, and you say, hey, who wants to go to Shadowfang Keep? Some people say, yeah, sure. Some people say, no, not today. I mean, there's still people who do that in trade chat, but usually they want raids. And the second one, I think they had a channel for dungeons, but basically you were talking to somebody on your server with and not a lot of people on your server were very good at this. And you know what? With the Dungeon Finder, people got better at doing dungeons. I mean, seriously, people got better at doing dungeons. You can learn how to be better at doing dungeons. There are things to learn about your class and your spec that you probably didn't know about by doing the Random Dungeon Finder. You can always learn from somebody else. That's the one thing I'll preach until the day I'm dead in a hole in the ground. You can always learn from somebody else. There's always someone who can teach you something. If you got a closed mind like that, well, I don't know what to tell you. But I'm gonna try some of these stories out. This is just one. This is the bad story. I have some good stories. Of World of Warcraft. I love World of Warcraft. I still have my account. But yeah, I remember back in the day when you see y'all, you youngins, you new people, you got it good. You don't know how good you had it, because we had this little tiny dot, and you had to find it. You literally had to find the quest item, the quest guide, no question mark, no arrow telling you where to go. You had to read, you had to find it on your own terms, and yeah, that was another reason why things are better. Well, we're getting up there to about 8 minutes of this rant. Let me know if you have any World of Warcraft stories. Share them. Tell me in the comments below. I'm not gonna judge you. Tell me what your worst experience was, and tell me what your best experience was. I still love World of Warcraft. I still can play it. I have it on my computer. Just let me know. Put in the comments your worst stories, your best stories, your raid stories, your dungeon stories, a quest item that frustrated you. I've had that happen a couple of times. You're like, where is this item? I can't find this dude. Where is he? He's not where the arrow is pointing. That's the one thing with the new arrow thing. Oh, the arrow says he's right here. He's not here. Where'd he go? But let me know in the comments below. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up button. Just hit the thumbs down button. Who cares? Hey, I'm a man with a camera and I'm ranting. Tell me in the comments what do you want to know? Tell me what I should be discussing. Work in progress. You can teach me if I'm doing something wrong. Tell me what I'm doing wrong, and I'll try to fix it the best I can. except for camera wise, because don't have enough money to buy a nice camera. Sorry about that. Yeah, well, like I said, like, subscribe, leave comments below, and until next time, bye bye.